Welcome back to the Tell All Bench podcast featuring Jennifer and Courtney, the wonderful hairstylist. Okay.
You know, we should talk about that because they're always like, we know that you're a hairstylist. And
Yeah,
I am not a teacher.
What are you?
What am I? What I do is business consulting, coaching of teams.
Yep.
In ways of working. So,
Agile.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Agile coach.
So that's what I do. So
Wait, where's my rock?
people were curious about what it was that I do, so I must come across as like a teacher, but
A studious woman.
because I do all this research.
Oh, yeah? That's your new job.
Yeah, it's my new job. All right, lady, we are teeing up. It's March.
Madness.
And it's March Madness coming to the surface. So,
We should have checked who won last year. Who won last year? Whatever.
It's logged. We're going to get to that topic. So, we're going to dive right into March Madness. First of all, do women watch the actual basketball tournament?
I'm not knowing.
Do you watch it?
Only when I'm here.
Okay.
But I keep track of the scores.
Okay.
Like, I'll just Google, what's the score?
So
I know.
I will watch the occasional games.
Yeah.
And of course, when it gets down to the final.
Yeah.
Then
especially if your team's in it still, you're like...
Correct. Okay. So the whole thing that women do watch, this originally was kind of like a guy's thing. Guy, right? And then all of a sudden women started eking into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, so why did they and how did they eke into it? So what was your foray into March Madness?
Well, in like grade school, my teacher would make us all fill out one.
A bracket?
Yeah. In like 6th grade. In the 6th grade classroom, at least, it was like everybody had to fill one out. And I didn't even, back then, I have no idea how I did. Like, I just don't know.
Was the teacher a male?
Yeah.
Darn
it.
See?
Didn't have it. But then I didn't care until you guys were doing it, and then I was in Florida with my family, and you guys were like, were you going to fill out a bracket? And I was like, yeah, sorry. And then I did it, and then that's a whole other thing, because I won.
Yeah.
And didn't get paid.
Yeah, okay, so
Anyway.
we're gonna get into those little topics. She's like all over on my topics already.
I've been talking all
But
day.
the women watching it, this started with guys.
Yeah.
Guys are all about this March Madness. The brackets came out, guys managed them, and I think women were like, well, what's going on?
And what about us? We want to participate.
And then I know in particular in the corporate world, like it pretty much shuts down a little bit on the work front when March Madness kicks off because the guys were always
watching.
Yeah, they had TVs going, they had the brackets, they were streaming it online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the creating of brackets is interesting that it was a male in school that introduced that, right?
Yeah.
And in my space, it was corporate male introducing it, and we're like, what's going on? What is it about? Okay,
Yeah.
so now we create brackets, and yes, we create brackets.
Yes.
We have the little apps online that we
The
create
little
that.
apps.
The first
The
one
application.
the first one that you did though was paper with your teacher,
Oh, yeah.
right? And even when the app came out, I printed it and wrote
course you
and choose what team that I wanted to have.
Yeah.
Then it got a lot more sophisticated on the apps, and it was easier to recognize and join. You've been invited to a team.
Well,
right?
also like to keep the score of like how the points work and stuff. I feel like it's just so much easier.
Yes.
Because like I'm not trying to do the math on that. Like I'll F it up probably.
Okay, now we're gonna get into this is more dare I say girly stuff. But how many brackets do you usually do? Like one bracket and that's it?
Yeah, but wasn't there a second chance bracket this year?
Last year? Yeah.
Yeah, or last year? Because I did that too.
Yes. But like you only engage in our
Yeah,
family
I don't
one.
make a new one, yeah.
Okay, like I think women generally are like, yay if we have one bracket going.
Yeah.
But guys can have multiple ones with different guy groups, sort of a thing.
That would stress me out. And then also if you're like doing so good in one but horrible in the other, like it's not the same excitement, right? I don't know. Maybe not.
Or the same disappointment when your bracket gets what? Blown up.
Yeah, and then you're at the 0 and your top score is like 100 and you're like, what?
Okay, so the first time that you filled the bracket out, what did you know about the teams? Anything?
Like on the papers?
Yeah, like how did you...
Oh, nothing. I think I chose which logo I liked better. So my teacher at the time, he was like, well, I had a student do it where she picked based on which jersey she liked the best. And then I was gonna copy that and do it. And then I was like, that is so much work. So then I just chose which logo I liked the best. But I still, again, I don't know how I did in that. Clearly it wasn't well.
What did you do last year? You still go with the... What's your strategy last year?
Yeah. I feel like I definitely still go based on like... So like UCLA, right? Like I have a sweatshirt that says UCLA that I really like. So like I always do something like with that. Like I really like that. Or like the popular teams like Gonzaga or whatever. Like I never pick them to like win because you guys do. So I purposely don't pick them because I'm like, we're not all gonna pick Gonzaga to win. Like the hell. But yeah, if it's like a really shitty looking logo and like a really cool one, I'm like definitely gonna pick the really cool one, even if it's an upset.
See, this is the girl version of the bracket.
Yeah, I'm never researching.
So, but when I started that too, I was, okay, here's the themes that I found that women use for their bracketing. Color.
Yeah, for sure.
Mascots.
Yep, same thing. It's all the logos.
Places you've visited.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like your UCLA, so you're gonna.
Well, I've never been to UCLA, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Those,
cool.
And then the other one is people would do like a coin flip on each bracket. Like heads is the top one, tails is the
We made
bottom.
one for Luca by throwing balls last year, and whichever one he got
And who
was like
is
left
Luca?
or right. Oh, sorry, my dog. But we made him a bracket, and I don't remember if he did good or not. But
you had
so similar.
You had a designation that red ball
went left or bottom or top or whatever,
Yeah.
and then like I kept throwing it. But then the issue was he would only pick up or touch once. I have to go and get the other one, so I gotta work out too.
See? Okay. So this is that's the strategy of creating brackets. I'll admit those were what I think I started my first bracket like in 2011.
Yeah.
And those were some of the strategies. Until then, the intensity in the family gamble went up, right?
Yeah.
It originally was just bragging rights, right? Between our small little group, like who won it. And then there was money put on it. And then bragging rights and money, right? And then new additions to it. It got a little bit more intense. And for the first time last year, I learned about this thing like Selection Sunday, which is...
I don't know what that is.
Okay, I don't know exactly what it is either, but in essence, it's the basketball analysts pick and homework that they've done. So they start talking about the teams. And so then when you watch that show, who's selected into the big thing, then you're learning about, that's supposed to, and like Charles Barkley, he went behind that one, so I'm going to go with that one, right? So I up my thing to like listening to the analysts as intense as I've gotten now.
Yeah.
But it's still.
But I still don't I feel like you're better off going with like just your gut reaction than like following that, because then like, you know how like one person in the world probably is like 100% accurate or whatever. Like I feel like if everybody's following this Sunday, what'd you call it?
Selection Sunday,
like 90,000 billion people are gonna have the exact same bracket because they all are going off of that, or like whatever, you know.
Well, it gets them down to the final four, I think, is what it really
right
is
but
about.
But like also if you all have the same final four, like what are the odds? Like I feel like I'd rather be
completely like willy-nilly on
yeah, like so unique. Like again, that's why I don't pick Gonzaga, even if they are the best team this year or whatever year. Like I'm not picking them because you guys do.
Yeah, I don't even know who I picked last year, but I do.
You pick Gonzaga every year.
Apparently, I pick Gonzaga every year. But
and then Brett does too because of you. So that's the real team.
But the app we didn't know that until like your selection.
Brett asked you, and you said it before he picked.
See, this is probably like family bracketing or whatever bracket you're in, sabotaging each other.
Yeah, we need to stop.
But
I'm just gonna keep doing my thing.
I could
over here with the girlies. And
I could strategize to say I'm picking Gonzaga. And then not, right? And leading them into picking Gonzaga.
That's what you should do this year.
I know.
Make Brett lose. He loses every year.
Okay. So, the creating of the brackets.
Yes.
And then the other thing behind it was how and what do you do when your bracket blows up?
Oh.
Because didn't you have that like one of your whole divisions on the first?
I feel like it was not the first round, but it was definitely like the second round, probably. But I think, something bad happened last year, but then it was like the rest of it was fine. But I didn't win last year, I know that for sure. But I don't know, I was like, are you serious? Like, come on.
See, and that's the other big challenge is, like there's trying to have the perfect bracket.
Mm-hmm.
That there's additional monetary if you're actually on those apps, and I don't know the whole gambling side of that, right?
Yeah.
Like I just always do my free little app and I have my little team.
Mm-hmm.
Every year I have to remember what the password is and invite, and then wait for it to drop, and then just do.
Yeah, because when does that even start?
Well, Selection Sunday is next Sunday, the 16th.
So when do you actually pick? On Selection Sunday?
We should have done more research. I don't know when the actual tournament.
You have to turn it in.
Yeah, tournament kicks off.
Because why is it called March Madness if it doesn't start till the end of March?
Well, it's kind of like in the middle end of March. I think it might be. We didn't do enough research on it. We're just going to say, hey, that's where we're at in our lives right now. But I do think it wraps by then. I don't think it carries over into April. Y'all tell us.
I definitely think it does.
This is how much we really care about.
Because how would it go? We need Brett.
No, we don't need no.
We don't need no men.
The only thing that I saw that Selection Sunday was on March 16th, so that's why I was like, oh, because I'm in charge of sending out the invites.
Oh, we gotta figure some applications out of that too.
The ins and outs of but when I immediately looked at it, because I got an email from the app thing that we do, there's a women's bracket. So the men's bracket and then women's bracket. So women's NCAA bracket. How many of those do you? We don't fill out the
maybe we
NCAA
should.
women's one.
Maybe we should.
It's always about the guys thing.
What if we're more likely to win money because less people fill out that bracket? So maybe I'll fill one out this year.
And the thing that I find interesting, like I said, when this tournament kicks off, so many people have their TVs on.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact that Brett
brings his iPad
into the shop, so his and they were thrilled that they were get their haircut and they were watching
the freaking streams. Because otherwise I have guys come in with it on their phones.
Yeah,
and I'm like, are you serious? You can't have a 45-minute haircut without watching.
It's fun to see whose bracket's blowing up and what's on the line with it, and then as it progresses, it gets more intense.
Yeah. And at first, I'm like, who gives a shit? Like.
So it's a fun little event. Now, the only other thing I have to chat about that was, have you heard about the correlation between men getting vasectomies during March Madness? Have you heard about that?
No.
I knew about that, and I got reminded when I did light research. We didn't do much research. Light research.
Is that what you have? That we're done after this? Oh no!
Was that because guys are so consumed by this and it goes on for a while that they sign up for a vasectomy procedure so that they can rest and recuperate and watch TV.
God.
It is out there, scientifically data captured, that there's an increase in vasectomies during March Madness.
Okay, but also how long does it take for them to recover? Probably a day. Sorry.
Yeah,
Like, get over it.
I think it's a wonderful opportunity for them to sit
on
the couch with a peck of peas.
Dude, I feel like the wives are probably like ballistically mad at that point. Like, get off your ass, you're fine. I gave birth.
I thought that's a fact. That's a fact of March Madness correlation.
We should see if any other surgeries also go up.
That was the only one that stood out on the data wise.
Cause I'm like, I guess like get your wisdom teeth out, like
anything where you can just sit, chill, and watch. I mean, I know some guys from previous work relationships, like they will literally bring every TV in the house. So, how many TVs does the average home have?
Probably like 5.
And they will bank them all, set them all up in the men's zone to watch multiple games going on at one time.
And that's when the kids get mad because they don't have their TVs.
But no. I do have to say that tournament time, you don't watch any of like professional basketball or college games, or high school. But tournament time, the play goes up. I'm one of those who, like the NBA, when it gets to playoff time, I'm engaged.
Yeah.
Because they up their game and the quality of play, right? So all of this energy around the tournament, they up their play. Can you please tell the audience what you know about basketball?
No.
What?
I'm still unconvinced, by the way.
This is funny shit.
Because was it last year, March Madness?
I'm not sure.
When did it come up?
We were watching a basketball game.
Yeah.
Someone gets fouled, and they have to go to, where do they go?
To the line.
To the line, and what do they shoot?
Free throws.
What?
3 throws.
She said.
I think it's a 3 throw still. Because isn't it the 3-point line?
No.
Oh.
She said 3 throw, and I went, what did you just say? I had to hit the mute button on the game and rewind.
I literally still think it is I don't know.
And so then we explained that, they were making a 2-point shot and got fouled. So then they might get the extra point. Could get 3 points.
Is there a 3-point line?
There is a 3-point
The big circle.
Yes.
And then the little stupid half line is the free line. The free-point line.
Yes, the free throw.
Free point.
Not a 3 throw.
Is it called a free throw because nobody's guarding you?
Yes.
It's still a 3 throw.
You were fouled, so you get to do a free throw to get the opportunity because you were wronged. 3 throw. I'm telling you, that shit was funny.
It is. But I was just playing a game the other day on the little old Nintendo Switch, and it came up. It was a basketball game, and it said 3 throw. That was the name of the game. So I sent a picture, and I was like, "See, I'm right. It's basketball. It's a 3 throw."
So that was funny.
My whole life, I'm old enough to know, and I played basketball for like 2 weeks in my whole career. But like, I still played, and I still think it's 3 throw. Dude.
Okay, so
Okay, I need to know if anyone else has ever thought it was 3 throw. Like, genuinely.
Well, I think it's a tongue twister to say free throw. So it could come out as
3 throw.
3 throw? 3 throw. No, we don't even know what we're shooting. Okay.
Wait, so we do a clip of us trying to make a free throw?
Woo! What do we have? We have dog fur coming around. So
that's why I pick my pants all the time.
So March Madness, I think, can be enjoyed by
women and men.
Yeah, in all ages.
I do think that.
Don't you think all ages though?
Yeah.
Like right down to, if we're just doing, because I know that some parents, when they make their bracket, we just said how you can choose, flipping a coin or throw a ball and see what your dog picks up to do it, that's how some parents engage their kids in it, right? Like let the kids pick the bracket and then they get to follow along too. So it's like all ages can
It is weird though that it is kind of like automatically like a boys' world thing. which obviously it's men playing basketball. But I'm like, why didn't we ever do this for women's? Obviously there is some now, but again, like, we should look at the statistics of, like, who actually fills out the women's one.
Yeah.
But also, like, us girls, like, growing up, like, we didn't get involved in this, but I'm sure you involved the boys.
No, not until 2011. So,
Oh.
because they watched it, but they didn't really care about it, right?
Fair.
So I think one of them might have even
Got you involved, maybe.
instigated it. Like they had a high school or whatever
Yeah, that's fair.
bracket thing, and then I wanted to ask me to join in, and then I printed it off and filled it out based upon the color.
Well, now I know, though, that if I ever have a little girl for some reason, I'm going to get her involved, too. We're going to have equality here.
I just think it's a fun little...
It's so fun, because I won.
You know, they're trying to get more women involved in sports, right? Like the NFL has a huge marketing push on women.
Athletes for football?
No, like spectators. Because so much of the time is spent, you know, watching sports on. So how do you engage? Look, there's the male audience and the female audience, and if you're just marketing towards the male, look how much you're passing by. So they're creatively trying to get women involved in, you know, these activities, and the bracket is a great way to get women at least indirectly involved in.
But yeah, even if, like, you're gonna put it on or whatever, like, that's another viewer that is making the money or whatever, you know. But I am curious, like, how do you see marketing towards women? Is it just like cuter clothes and stuff, or like what is it?
Just female clothes, like so football, right? How much money is made on jerseys?
Yeah.
So then they change it to more cut for women, right? Like we don't want this box jersey,
which is crazy because I would rather the men's fit. Same with t-shirts. I hate a women's
I don't
t-shirt.
like that fitted sort of thing.
Bullshit,
or the softer colors, or, you know, hats.
I do also hate all the stuff that has, like, sparkles on it and stuff. That is just mean. A very personal preference.
The very bling bling doesn't like the sparkles on it.
No, because I don't, like, if I want to be in a sportsy outfit, I want, like, the true authentic, like, I would rather wear Brett's clothes than, like, buy my own. Because the women's stuff, like you said, it has, like, V-necks and it's more slim fitting, which my mom loves that stuff, but I don't want that. I would rather it just be like big and boxy, and then I wear cute leggings, jewelry and stuff.
Yeah, and wear leggings and, you know, put it over. I'm with you. I don't really like the female fitted. Doesn't seem to. It's too tight.
It just is like
but
a
that's
different
how they.
thing.
That's how they do it. Is they create additional merchandise that is geared more towards
women and babies,
women and kids.
Yeah,
and then they, you know, envelope that stuff in, and then all of a sudden women are buying tickets and women are participating in, you know, so.
True. Yeah, I wonder what the percentage is of, like, people that are women, even that fill out the bracket, honestly. Like, I wonder if it grows every year.
So since you're in pretty much a female-dominated industry, you should take an iPad in and stream it and see what the women's reaction is.
They're like, what the is that? Turn that shit off. They'd be like, I see enough of this at home. I'm sure.
I think it would be interesting because I do.
I can make a fun Instagram video out of that, getting people's reactions.
See, there you go. Anything else you want to talk about March Madness or?
No, but I am gonna win.
Or March. March also is St. Patrick's Day coming.
It's a lot of reasons to drink. March. Seriously, we are in America. I do feel Wisconsin specifically, we are definitely celebrating these holidays literally to drink. Not necessarily March Madness, but like St. Patrick's.
It's just one more reason to
have a big old party and get drunk as shit and wear green.
Yes.
Like, people do not know what actual St. Patrick's Day is for. I don't, which is horrible, but I don't know what the actual holiday is. Maybe I shouldn't admit that, but, like...
I'm not really sure.
We can make...
It's a celebration.
We have green chairs and...
But March is exciting because we sprung forward.
Bless up.
1 hour, so all of us who are morning people are okay with that. Those that are evening people are not liking the spring forward.
Agreed.
Then we have St. Patrick's, whoop, flying right around. Then we have March Madness tournament.
Yeah, but I do feel like night people like it too, because now it stays light until later. Like yesterday, it was like 6 p.m. and yes, we were like a little sleepy, but I was like, oh, it's still light out. Like we have plenty of time.
I guess what I'm saying is those who are not morning people, all of a sudden, if they're used to getting up at 8.
Oh, like they have to get
so they're like a little bit more groggier out of the bed.
Yeah, I was very, 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 very confused when I woke up at like 9:30, and I was like, I never sleep in. And then I texted my friend, and she's like, it's daylight savings, and I was like, oh, so it's only 8. I'm like, got it. That makes more sense.
It's daylight saving. Did you have to? We're gonna go there in March. It says March Madness. It's all about that.
Yeah.
Do you have any devices that you have to manually set the clock back or forward? You do.
Well, ever since it fell back or forward, whatever, the last time, our stove our microwave is still not. There's no time on it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because some people just don't change it and then wait for it to go the opposite direction.
Yeah. No, I changed the oven one, but I think I tried to change the microwave one, and it just like shut off completely. So it just doesn't have a time on it. But I'm also like, do we really need 2 things? Like,
and then you have to
Then
you have to get out the owner's manual or a quick ChatGPT it on how do you change them.
No, I can figure it out.
I'm not gonna lie, which is a newer vehicle.
Oh yeah.
I honestly was expecting, because it hooks to my phone, internet, I was expecting it to automatically.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
Yeah.
And then I went to display, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be around here, settings, general, blah, blah. Couldn't find it. So I ended up having to Google it to find out how to change it. And I laughed out loud. I'm just like, really? It's not user-friendly that you can't just move it?
Yeah.
And it's fixed, but...
You should have just asked if, like, the car version of
Siri version
could have
do
done it.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with what you're asking.
I have to change my car still. I haven't driven it since it's changed, but yesterday we had to change Brett's because his was automatic, but then the daylight savings wasn't on.
Right.
So we just switched that on and it changed.
Yep, that's what I did too. And then you have spring breaks coming up in March. Everybody is going on, spring breaks.
Hopefully, like, work will start getting faster too, because as a hairstylist, it's like slow season. So for January, February, March.
And then things start to ramp up.
Yeah.
So I feel like March, I'm wondering why they call it March Madness. Didn't do my research. Yeah. But like March is just, you just feel this sense of energy of everything.
Maybe that's why, because it's just like...
It's craziness.
Yeah.
Madness.
Like everybody's like so consumed by it. It's driving people mad. I have no idea. I'm making shit up. But
energy changes or something.
Yeah.
But well, we are ready for March Madness.
And spring.
And the bracket.
In spring. I bought 2 skirts today.
And her little bling bling. So we encourage you all to join the bracket. Just go out there and create a bracket.
Yeah. Let us know your scores because I will be winning.
She'll be putting.
We're manifesting.
On it. Yeah. Oh, she's manifesting this.
Yep.
But no, it's like serious. Like that's a subtle way for women to engage in a conversation with
get involved with their partner,
male clients, or my male corporate co-workers type of a thing that you can engage in conversation easily by.
Yeah, and you don't have to understand it. You just have to have fun with it. So I feel like it's a fun way to like get involved in like their world too.
Mm-hmm.
But also be a baddie and win.
It just kind of aligns to our motto, which is what?
If you don't go, you won't know.
If you don't go, you won't know. So
you better be going.
So we encourage you to go. And as always, follow us on all the websites, blah, blah, blah.
We're really bad at Instagram. That's my fault. But everything else.
Yes. Follow us.
Spotify, podcast.
Tee up topics for us and we will tackle them.
Yeah, there's some things I want to talk about. Gen Z things that I want to talk about.
It'll be coming.
And we have new things coming here too.
Oh,
so get excited!
That's some new things to look forward to. All right.
Okay, goodbye. If you don't go, you won't know. Happy spring.